couldn't talk to him about the thing that mattered to me the most. And if I couldn't talk to him about that, then I really couldn't talk at all. I'm not the arguing type. I'm the explainer. And I like to explain until I'm understood, but I wasn't being understood. I thought if I could just explain one more time, he would understand. If I could just explain in the words that would make sense to him, that I would be heard. But then I realized that I had to let go. I had to let go of believing I could fix it, because I couldn't fix it. I think they call it the grey divorce. So if you're a woman over 50 and maybe your marriage has come to an end, maybe you're caring for people that you love while you're trying to figure out who you are underneath, then I think you're in the right place, because that's what this channel is about. Here's a short version of my story. I was married for a really long time, 3 decades, and somewhere along the line, I want to say I lost myself, or I didn't have the opportunity to find out who I was. I didn't have the space to find out who I was becoming. And at the moment, I'm helping to care for both of my parents, who are, neither of them are very well. My mum's got leukemia and my dad has dementia. So we have lots of hospital appointments for my mum, and my dad comes along too. That takes up a fair amount of my time right now. And in the middle of it all, I found a faith that completely changed the way I see myself. Not who I was in the marriage, but who I am now. We separated 3 years ago, and apparently it takes about 3 years to kind of detach from a relationship, especially a long relationship, because there's a lot of layers to go through. There's a lot of things we need to detach from. There's always, well, in my case, there was codependency in there because I was very young when we got married. I was only 18 when we met, and we shared a whole life together. By the way, I'm Lolly, and I'm so glad you're here. I decided to make this video for anyone who stumbles across me and is maybe curious about what do we do with ourselves after a long marriage and we're in our 50s and we're trying to figure out who we are, what is our purpose, what do we do next, what on earth do we do next? And for me, coming here and starting a YouTube channel is part of this process. I felt like it was a resistance to make this video. And I figured, well, if I'm resisting this, then let's have a look at why I'm resisting it. And let's just try it and see what comes up. So thank you for being here. So I think what I'm trying to say is this is part of my becoming. I'm becoming more confident. I would like to say more responsible, more confident in who I am, and definitely more comfortable in my faith, because, and I want to say more comfortable with not having a partner. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm becoming more comfortable with it. because now I get to focus on what I feel I'm being called to do. And I don't even know what that is yet. I'm just taking it one step at a time, but I get to do it without feeling judged or being held back. So I can just try this thing and see where it leads me to and see who it leads me to, because I'm feeling like I'm supposed to be doing this because there's something that God wants me to do. And I don't know what that is yet. I'm hoping and praying that He brings people to me that we're going to help each other. We're going to build something. We're going to help each other through this thing. We're going to lift each other up, and we're going to figure out what this purpose is. What are we doing? What are we supposed to be doing? What are we doing next? What can we build? What life can we create? There's definitely something going on. I'm learning so much already. It's only been a couple of weeks and I've already learned to stop stressing so much about making these videos, to stop looking at so many gurus telling me that I need to over edit and just do all these things that were actually filling my brain up so much. I was getting really overwhelmed. So I've reduced that right back, and I'm just going to try and enjoy the process. And I'm learning also to hear God's voice and to listen to what He's telling me and to listen to who He says I am. I am who He says I am. So if He says, Lolly, you're capable, you can do this, just take one step at a time, you can do this, then I've got to believe that I can do this. And I stop listening to that other voice that says, you're stupid, you can't do this, what are you doing? You've only got 5 views. It's fine, I don't mind. Because if I can speak to one person and help them in some way with what each video, then that's what I'm focusing on. So if you're in your own becoming and you're trying to figure things out as well, then please come and stay a while, because we'll have plenty to talk about. There's a really big fly. Coco, Coco, Cokie, get the fly. Get the fly. Fly catcher. Not my shoe. Wait, bring my shoe back.